Hello guys, NautoAis here. Yes, so it's been a while when I get my impression of the Amiibo. Why? Well, other things that I have to do. So anyway, of course, by the time of this recording, Splatfest special on Splatoon 3 celebrating its 3 years anniversary, if I'm correct, for the game's release. Of course, if you've been following the game, there's going to be some special event in the game. So with that said, I'm just gonna give my impression of this one. And yes, I do have all of them that all came out, including the latest one, the variant for Kari and Marie and Pearl and Marina. So you're probably gonna see that in a different video. So with that said, of course, this is the Splatoon 3 Amiibo. Of course, Squid Girl from the default form in the game, Octoling Girl, and Small Fry. So in other region, I did talk about this before in my secondary channel, that unfortunately in Nintendo of America, they don't do 3-packs. And the reason for it is cost. Not every consumer will buy a 3-pack, unfortunately, unless you're an Uber Amiibo fan. They're not going to give you an option to do like, oh, I'll buy them singular or a 3-pack. And if you notice, a lot of the re-release for Smash Brother Amiibo, especially the Retro 3-pack, if you remember that the first release, it was Duck Hunt, Game & Watch, and Rob. Now you see in certain retail stores, there's just single pack. Yeah, that one actually sold well, but not enough for Nintendo to say, yeah, we should do a 3-pack. The last one, if I remember, what's actually I did an impression on is the Octoling. And from what I understand for that one, was that, yes, it did not sell. And because they kind of did some weird things. So you have an option. The 3-pack, you get an exclusive, the real form, the squid, octopus, you know what I mean. And not a lot of people were buying the singular, so the problem was that, so you have those extra, and what do? You go to the clearance and trying to get them. Guilty. I bought some of them double because they were like under $5, if you know what I mean. So anyway, yeah, that's the story about the 3-pack. So with that said, like I said, here it is. I got him at release. If you remember, it was September 2022. Yeah. So if you notice, a lot of the box art kind of beat up. I just put some in my room, forgot about it, but since because of the Splatoon event, might as well use them, get some free gear. So I'm gonna open them and I'm gonna give my impression for this Amiibo. So I will be right back. Before I open them, of course, like I said, I bought them at release. Of course, ever since with Sora and the last batch of the latest for Splatoon Amiibo, you notice something about the blister pack, especially the backside. So before, they're gonna give you like what game they're from. Like this one's Splatoon 3. They tell you what the features is. Of course, by now, if you notice, excluding with the Sora, now it's just some generic Amiibo explanation that if you want more, you go to the website. And like I said in a different video, I am going to give my thoughts about that. What is a good thing, it's a bad thing. Spoiler for me, personally, I think it's a good thing, but you'll understand why I say that. But yeah, so rest in peace, individual explanation of an Amiibo in the backside. Now it's just a generic that said Amiibo. Want more information? Go to the website. So I gotta give props to Nintendo. Of course, I kind of mentioned this before, that some of the latest Amiibo release, they're not putting any more the protectors underneath the Amiibo. They used to do that in the past, and from what I understand, the reason behind it is that Nintendo themselves encourage Amiibo purchasers to open them and use them, not just put them in the shelf for collector's reason. Unless you're an adult who buy Hasbro toys and you just don't open them. And there are people like that. It is what it is. For me, when it comes to Amiibo, I'm a guy that open box guys, so that's why. So now, from what I understand, that some people are now able to use Amiibo without opening it because, you know, some people do that. They like their new in box. I mean, for me, I just out of box type of guy. So props to Nintendo. And I'm back. So it's been a while when I opened a new Amiibo for my collection. So there you go, the Splatoon 3 Amiibo, Octoling Girl, Inkling Girl, and Small Fry. So in Splatoon 3, this is supposed to be the default design, and she comes with Small Fry, which is, again, if you don't know who that is, he's basically one of those enemy when you do those horde mode in Splatoon, when you work for Grizz, which is a bear, and you have to protect certain area from the fishes. I think that's what they're called. Is what Small Fry is. There's a lot of sea creature, different race there. Hey, you know, again, it's fictional. It's squid, sea creatures. Where's Aquaman? I don't know why he said that. So anyway, I digress. So we'll start with Inkling Girl. And like I said, this is the default one that you see when you start the game. I know she's wearing like some sort of like ragged shirt. And of course that bow. Of course you can get that in the game. Yellow, I don't know why. I mean, because the theme this time around is like blue and yellow because of Shiver and Fry's color. That's why. So you can see the long hair. Of course, one of the new feature for the hair you can do. Like I said, the bow is pretty good. Of course, the ink backpack right there. And of course, the Splatoon color. Not bad, I have to admit. And then, of course, Small Fry, her or the player's sidekick, very useful in story mode. There goes a little Small Fry, that's his name. And of course, the ink design, the ink effect, what you call it. And of course, you might notice what is that orange thing. And no, it's not a Dragon Ball. It is orange. It's fish egg. And like I said, in Splatoon, the mode where you work for Grizz, you get out of those fish eggs for points. And of course, you get golden fish egg. You put it on the basket. That's how you kind of either you win or you lose the horde mode. I can't remember what the real name is, but the name of the mode. So anyway, there it is, and you see two of it because very useful when it comes to the story mode because you need enough to open up a lot of the obstacle because spoiler, the game is so old. Somehow things got furry in this one area and you need Small Fry to absorb it and then it disappear. And spoiler is again 3, 2, 1. Grizz is the bad guy because he's trying to do something different. Of course, I did a spoiler in my main channel. That's the ultimate bad guy for the third game. I have to say it's not bad. Really cute for Small Fry. And of course there was fish egg there. And then the ink design, the effects. So a lot of it. And of course kind of an excuse to basically put those fish egg and to prove where Small Fry is. And of course the last one is Octoling Girl. Of course, she's using one of the new weapons. I think that's a Gatling gun. Really powerful, kind of slow. Not really my type of gun, but hey, you know, it is what it is. I see option. So, same deal, kind of like with Squid Girl. That Octoling Girl basically has like a ragged shirt, and then of course shorts, and then shoes. And then same deal with a backpack. Blue, and like I said, because of the Shiver and Fry colors, that's why. So it's not bad. Blue hair for Octoling. There you go. So yeah, so it's not bad for this one. Would I recommend this? Again, if you're a Splatoon fan and you want to collect Amiibo, probably. But for the casual, you do just unlock weapon, and if you like their weapon, maybe gives you an advantage to some extent. And in order to get those weapon, you have to keep scanning them, but at the same time that you have to play the Splat run, so the actual game, the multiplayer competitive game mode. And the more you play that, the more you're accumulating points or status, they will give you more parts. So just keep scanning them and then you get more parts, as well as photo mode because you can actually use them, summon them, and then do, you know, photo mode design. You can see one of my ending when I used an old Pearl Amiibo from Splatoon 2. So overall, not bad the design, of course, from Nintendo. They're getting better with their design. So would I recommend them? If you're not a Splatoon fan and you're just a casual, well, if you need weapons, some sort of advantage, which I don't know if it's really paid to win, but you get option at least for new weapon, then maybe. But to some extent, chances are a lot of the weapons that are in games probably going to be suffice. You just have to pick the one you like, what style or what mechanic you wanted for the weapon. There you go. So yeah, so those are my impressions for the Splatoon 3 Amiibo. Inkling Girl, again the default one that you see when you start the game. Octoling Girl, if you want to have an Octoling instead of an Inkling. And then Small Fry, which is a key character for the game. And yes, this time around, you can start with an Octoling. Remember, in Splatoon 2, you gotta finish the Octopath expansion to have an option to play as an Octoling. but not this time around. So there you go, my impressions. With that, I'll see you guys later.